Hello everyone, the reason I'm making this video today is I want to show you something that I heard in Rush's Working Man song. At the very end, Alex Lifeson, I think he's using a Gibson, maybe an ES-35 or something like this, but he does this riff at the very end. If you go listen to that song, I want you to find that part at the end. And in that song, in that little riff he does, you'll hear this lower note between these two notes, in particular this note, and you'll hear it fall down to that note. To make it even more clear, take your amp, go get your guitar, take your amp, take all the high end off, just make it mids and lows to bring out that effect more efficiently. You'll be able to hear it. So I started thinking, why am I hearing three notes? I'm hearing, and I'm also hearing. So that's called beat frequency. Everybody who, when you tune your guitar, a lot of people like to tune with the harmonics. If the harmonics are off, hear that, you'll hear a waver. And when you fine tune and you don't hear the waver at all, that means the notes are playing at the same time. So that's called beat frequency. Let's say the note is, for example, let's say 200 cycles per second. It's not, but let's say it is. The difference would be 200 cycles per second and 199 cycles per second. That makes 1 cycle per second beat frequency. Once you match that up to equal 200, you do not hear the beat frequency. So listening to this, I trust that you could hear that lower note. Sort of do it so many times, but turn up your speakers if you can't hear my guitar too well. Now, here's what's really cool. These are actual notes in a scale. So like when you're playing an A and a D, what is also happening in beat frequency is a D. Now when you're bending the A up to a B flat, you'll listen for that. Hopefully you can hear that. Now that is a D going to a B flat, which is also the root and third of a B flat chord. The D note that you hear in the beginning means that you got a fifth and the root together. It will always make a D note. Kind of cool. But there's a note in between in the scale. Let's choose the C. So that means if you're bending an A and a D halfway to the B flat, not hitting the B flat, but just there's a C note. I found this surprising, so I thought, okay, there's got to be more. Yes, you could probably bend your notes all the way down to whatever scale you're looking for. So let's continue with that. We got the B flat and the D, meaning the beat frequency of those two notes is a B flat. Now if we were to take the B flat and make it a B with the D, what note would that be down here? So I tested it out, checked it out, and it turns out it's a G. So right now you should be hearing a note going from B flat down to G. I hope you can hear that. I can clearly hear it. So if A and D, basically the fifth and root, equal root, root and a major third equal root of that, so a D and an F sharp would mean the root be a D. So, and now with a B and a D creating a G, which is strange if you think about it, because there's no three notes being played. There's only two notes being played, but your mind is able to hear the beat frequency of the G. So I worked it out all the way through between the two, what two notes would be the beat frequency for each. So follow me on this. A and D make a root of a D. If it's A and A sharp or B flat, it makes a B. B and D, we'll call that the third and the fifth of the G scale. A C and a D, I was able to discover, is actually a C. It's low, but it's there, for example. Let's see if that works. Wait, it sounds like it might be that. No, a C and a D make a D in beat frequency. And you can actually hear it descend more. And I haven't been able to figure out what let's say a C sharp and a D make. Unison, that's a note. What's really cool is we work the other way around. Instead of going from A to D, let's do A flat or G sharp to D. We know that A and D make a D, but what do? It actually equals F. So that's not easy to do. And so that would also mean that we have an F, G sharp, and a D, which is like the part of a B seventh chord, but it's most likely would be counted as a diminished. Flat fifth is actually diminished inside of them, where you put them in the neck. Let's say you just do a YYZ, a C and an F sharp. In there is a third note, beat frequency, making it a diminished. I always thought that was cool. Check into it. I haven't seen any video or anything like this kind of video on the net. I hope this helps you somewhere. Now check it out. There are notes in between. So we want to go. There are, so now that means not every bend has to be a full tone, half tone. Now there is a quarter tone. So if you're playing in a D minor and you want to hit a beat frequency of C, do a quarter bend of the A while holding the D note. It was there. It's kind of a cool thing. So in conclusion, I hope you find this interesting. Go back and listen to Rush's Working Man. See if you could hear that lower frequency. You might have to turn the top end off of your stereo or whatever you're listening to like that. To try it out, put your amp, take the treble right down. Even boost the bass up if you wish. And absolutely make sure your guitar has really good intonation. Because if your intonation is not good, like that's good intonation. But if the intonation is good, you will always accidentally play out. One will be sharp, one will seem flat. Go get the intonation checked on your guitar and check your tuning. So have fun with that, experiment with it, and I hope I didn't ruin listening to other guitar solos by showing you a little too much of the technicality that goes on behind the scenes inside sound. Let's put it that way, sound waves. So in conclusion, second conclusion, whenever two notes are made, there's a beat frequency that is probably in that chord structure between those two notes that your mind hears, your body hears, but well, your ear hears it, but your mind doesn't. It's hard to explain because you know it's there. Go listen to the ending of Working Man.